Christopher Robin has stopped feeding his beloved friends. Pooh's getting hungry, but Honey just isn't going to cut it anymore. What happens next? Keep watching to find out how Winnie the Pooh is getting more terrifying than you ever realized.
Well, tell me about it tomorrow.
Disney's Winnie the Pooh is a comforting character for many people all around the world. For much of the character's 98-year history, he was simply known as a cuddly bear with a love for Honey, whose kind-hearted thoughtfulness is reflected in his friendships with other creatures in 100 Acre Wood. In the unlikely case that you're unaware, Pooh is an anthropomorphic teddy bear belonging to Christopher Robin, and the character first appeared on screen in the 1966 Disney short Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree.
Yum, 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 yum.
Residing in the 100 Acre Wood, which other anthropomorphic creatures also call home, Pooh spends most of his time eating honey and bonding with his friends, including Piglet, Tigger, Eeyore, and others.
Say, ain't you that stuck-up bear? I still think I could blast you out of there.
Sometime in January 2022, the Winnie the Pooh universe entered the public domain, except for Tigger's character, which is still copyright protected, meaning anyone can take the essence of the character and transform it into anything they deem fit, as long as the resulting work is itself original. Director Rhys Frake Waterfield has injected a macabre aspect into his upcoming slasher horror, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which imagines sweet, cuddly Pooh as a monstrous killer. First-look images from the film feature an individual wearing a frightening Pooh mask and a rather messed up version of Piglet, who seem to be stalking a group of people for nefarious ends. While Pooh is remembered as a charismatic, lovable teddy bear, has there always been a subtly macabre touch to the classic animated woodland creature? Possibly. You may remember how the classic 1977 anthology movie, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, saw Pooh exercising in the mirror while breaking into song, abruptly rotating his head all the way around while casually stitching himself up after his fur gets ripped while doing squats. There's something off-putting about a sentient teddy bear putting himself back together as his fur rips, especially considering that the adventures at 100 Acre Wood are meant to symbolize Christopher Robin's vibrant imagination. None of the creatures are real. Perhaps it is not too surprising that Pooh has been reimagined as a feral killer, as the internet has been home to numerous Winnie the Pooh creepypastas way before the conception of Frake Waterfield's horror slasher. And don't forget Pooh's appearance on Adult Swim's long-running series Robot Chicken.
Oh, hello! What should we play today?
Oh, this tastes surprisingly delicious.
Frake Waterfield spoke to Variety about the slasher reimagining of the classic characters, describing Pooh and Piglet as the main villains going on a rampage after being abandoned by an adolescent Christopher Robin. He said, Christopher Robin is pulled away from them, and he's not given them food. It's made Pooh and Piglet's life quite difficult. Because they've had to fend for themselves so much, they've essentially become feral, so they've gone back to their animal roots. They're no longer tame. They're like a vicious bear and pig who want to go around and try and find prey. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey seems to be keeping the animated roots of the characters in mind and expanding on a trajectory in which things go horribly wrong, as the film's premise sounds extremely dark, especially compared to the tone of the cartoons.
Just resting and thinking and humming to myself.
Variety reports that Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey wrapped filming earlier this month and is currently in post-production along with 4 other films directed by Waterfield. Filming was done in England near Ashdown Forest, which served as the original inspiration for A.A. Milne's original idea of the 100 Acre Wood. While there has been ample room for reinterpretation due to Winnie the Pooh being in the public domain, Waterfield has altered the appearance of the characters drastically, adding an ominous tint to the familiar creatures. While Pooh dons a lumberjack-like attire with suspenders, Piglet wears all black, as opposed to the usual pink the character is known for. While the limits of human imagination are boundless, turning a bear who is clearly a symbol of friendship and kindness into a frightening killer indulging in weird, twisted shenanigans surely does push boundaries in terms of artistic liberty. A release date has not been revealed for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey at the moment, but the slasher is expected to release sometime this year. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more SlashFilm videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.